1896. In the case of Plessy v. Ferguson, the Supreme Court upholds the concept of separate but equal public facilities. And in 1943, CORE, Congress of Racial Equality, is found. 1905, W.E.B. Du Bois forms the Niagara Movement. It embraces a more radical approach calling for immediate equality in all areas of American life. 1909, National Association for the Advancement of Colored People, or NAACP, is founded in New York. 1954, in the case of Brown v. Board of Education, the Supreme Court declares that racial segregation in schools are unconstitutional. In 1955, Rosa Parks refused to give up her seat at the front of the colored section of a bus to a white passenger. She gets arrested. However, in response to her arrest, Montgomery's community launched a successful bus boycott. In 1961, during spring and summer, student volunteers began taking bus trips through the South to test out new laws that prohibit segregation in interstate travel facilities. Freedom riders are attacked by angry mobs along the way. In 1965, Malcolm X is assassinated. However, the Congress passed the Voting Rights Act of 1965, making it easier for Southern blacks to register to vote. In the same year of 1965, 6 days of rioting in Watts results in 35 people getting killed and 883 people getting injured in Los Angeles. In 1968, Martin Luther King is assassinated in Memphis. However, President Johnson signs Civil Rights Act of 1968 on April 11, prohibiting discrimination in the sale, rental, and financing of housing. In 1903, National Women's Trade Union League (WTUL) was formed to improve wages and working conditions for women. In 1920, the 19th Amendment Women's Suffrage Act is signed into law by Secretary of State. In 1963, Betty Friedan publishes The Feminine Mystique, describes the dissatisfaction felt by middle-class American housewives. The book becomes the bestseller and motivates modern women's rights. And on June 10th, the Congress passes the Equal Pay Act, making it illegal for employers to pay women less than men. In 1968, Equal Employment Opportunity Policy (EOC) rules that sex-segregated help-wanted ads in newspapers are illegal. This ruling opened the way for women to apply for higher-paying jobs. In 1929, League of United Latin American Citizens (LULAC) is created to go against discrimination and segregation and promotes education among Latinos. In 1943, the event called Zoot Suit Riots happened for 10 nights. American sailor cruised a Mexican-American neighborhood to find Zoot Suiters. In 1968, Latino high school students in LA participated in walkout, protesting unequal treatment by the school district. Prior to the walkout, Latino students were punished for speaking Spanish in school, not allowed to use bathroom during their lunch, and discouraged from going to college. Due to the walkout, police brutality and public ridicule was present. However, the walkouts resulted in school reform and increased college enrollment for the Latino students later on. And in 1968, Mexican-American Legal Defense and Education Fund opens its door, becoming the first legal fund to protect Mexican-American civil rights.